Hello Africa. Welcome to Bitesize Democracy, a weekly show that focuses on issues around the African continent. Our show gives you a snapshot of what's happening in Africa in fun, informative bite-sized segments. On today's show, we have Melula Kimtembu. Welcome to the show, MK.
Thank you for having me.
On today's show, we're going to be discussing the Southern African Partnership for Democratic Change. SAPDC is a forum for African opposition parties to come together to build, and is going to be institutionalized. But MK, can you please let us know more about the platform?
I think it's first of all, a historic platform. You would know that a platform like SAPDC, for example, which sits obviously incumbents, is a platform where the incumbents get to talk and almost strategize on how to keep power. So I feel like it's important for opposition parties to have that kind of forum, especially considering the challenges that they're facing. So it's an important platform for them to share experiences, strategize, and build on something that can be used to change sort of the status quo, where opposition is the victim, to sort of opposition now becoming more of viable competition with a solid ground for either advocating of issues or even just consolidating strategy to common challenges that they face.
As you say, this was a historic event. Does this mean this is the first platform of its kind in Southern Africa and then in Africa?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the first platform where you get opposition in the same place, sharing ideas and then building on how they can resolve the common challenges. Well, we know there's been issues about election rigging, party funding, the issues around how to deal with the media issue, where you have media bias in countries. So there are a whole lot of diverse challenges, but this platform is important for a step towards resolving some of those, if not all of them.
Okay, so the opposition parties that were in attendance, what was the selection criteria for them to attend this forum?
Well, because of firstly the element of funding, as the organizers, it's difficult sometimes to bring a lot of people, no matter how much you would wish to bring them. So because of the issue of funding, the criteria was per SAPDC country, two main opposition parties. And by main, we mean according to how much members of parliament they have in the National Assembly. So any two of them in the 15 countries we talk to.
So which countries, I'm not sure if all the SAPDC countries made it, which countries attended and which parties, some of the parties?
There are about 9 out of the 15. So it's the first time some schedules couldn't let them come. So I think it's a fairly good number. Building on this, I think next year we'd have more. Some of the parties that came is the Democratic Alliance from South Africa, MMT Zambia, MTCT Zimbabwe, Podemo, Swaziland, and there are all other parties also were represented. So it was a fairly good representation of opposition.
I think for a first meeting, the attendance was great. To get 9 parties out of 15 for a first meeting, it was awesome. So what were some of the outcomes of the meeting?
So the first step is obviously to institutionalize this, have a charter, and have a sort of a strategy going forward. With how often do they meet, obviously work around the objectives, the vision, and those things were agreed upon in the 2 days. So now there's a clear vision, there are clear objectives. If you look on the communique online, you can check those details. But they're building a charter now, and they're in the process of almost operationalizing this into a solid organization that will be respected across Southern Africa, the continent, and the world.
I think it's absolutely encouraging to see opposition parties in Africa coming together, trying to fight the incumbent, because this is a fight for everybody. The opposition is almost the same in every African country. So, you know, people will start taking them seriously if they're coming together as a bloc instead of coming individually. So I think it's a great initiative.
Yeah, absolutely. And some challenges, I think they could be overcome better with a common strategy and that unity of purpose. If you look at some of the frank conversation the leaders were having around how do you build on coalitions so that you unseat the incumbent, those issues have been key. And we've been seeing coalitions failing. They failed in Zimbabwe. They've been a little successful here after the municipal elections in South Africa. So coalitions are important, and people need to strategize around coalitions and understand them better. Have a solid funding strategy, because obviously incumbents control resources. So sometimes opposition doesn't have that much muscle to compete at the same power. But this platform is important for that, and you have one voice for opposition parties. Normally you have SADC just rubber stamping elections. You need an organization that actually interrogates the issues and gives a different perspective.
I think this is a great and historic chapter, you know, beginning in Africa, and we look forward to the growing of this platform. We'll keep you posted as more information comes, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.